Shalom Yasharallah, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm glad that you could join me in dealing with things we have to deal with in life, covering a lot of things as far as past, the present, and the future, as the Bible would hold us clear to. Very important that we see it and believe it and operate in the truth. But all glory and honor to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These words to be praised for everything. I really don't get a chance to pray much with, starting live like I usually have done, but I want to read this about Shalom Mashiach. As always, I'll start off with Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Shalom Mashiach. Give me thanks to the Most High and the Father by Shalom Mashiach. But I want to read this in Baruch, the 3rd chapter, in the spirit of the Most High, O Most High Almighty, power of Israel, the spirit in anguish, the troubled spirit, crieth unto thee. Hear, O Most High, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee. For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly. O Most High Almighty, thou power of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their power. For the which cause these plagues cleave unto us. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Most High Power, our power, and thee, O Most High, will we praise, all praise to the Most High. Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, forever and ever and ever. But thou art the Most High, our power, and thee, O Most High, will we praise. And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. But we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach, disgrace, and a curse, because we broke your laws, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Most High, our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hast walked in the way of the Most High, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, and judgments, thou shouldst have dwelled in peace forever. I just wanted to open up with that prayer. And in the end, talking to we the Israelites. And if we'd have just followed the laws of the Most High, said we'd have dwelled in peace forever. So I'm gonna look at a few things. I want to go through a lot of different things. My mind is moving in the spirit, um, just from what I just read. And we're gonna go to Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 6. Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 6. It says, "In all thy ways acknowledge him, the Most High, power, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and he shall direct thy paths." So we got to acknowledge him. Not know, I don't know. I just don't understand how you can go all these years with praising the Most High, and all of a sudden you go back to all praises or APTM, APTTMH, or just TMH. It doesn't make sense, and we trying to get out of here. You can't praise him enough. You got to praise him with all your strength and heart, everything, every fiber that you have that he made in us. You got to praise him. If you love him, if you about him, if not, then it don't matter. First Chronicles 28:9. "And thou, Solomon, my son, know thou the Most High power of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind. For the Most High searches all hearts, which is your mind, and understandeth all the imaginations of the thoughts. If thou seek him, who is the Most High, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him by not doing what he tells us to do, his law, statutes, and commandments, he will cast thee off forever." Hosea 4:1. Hosea 4:1. And that's what happened to us. We forsook the Most High, and he forsook us. Hosea 4:1. "Hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel," who we are, the 12 tribes of Israel, the nation of the 12 tribes of Israel. "For the Most High has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land." Why does the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land? Because there is no truth. And what is the truth, class? You should know that by heart. Psalms 119, 142. Let's sing it together. "Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth." There is no truth. The laws and the commandments of the Most High are not in this place. Nor mercy, meaning not getting something you do deserve to get. Nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. You see that? No knowledge of the Most High in the land. That's why I'm so fervent in trying to get people to praise the Most High and stop saying all praises, APTTMH, writing out, you know, acronyms or letters to represent him, and you done said all the things you want to say yourself. And then when it comes to him, you're just gonna put initials and so forth. Come on. You can't praise him enough. It's very important. Go to Jeremiah 25:30. Jeremiah 25:30. Jeremiah 25:30. "Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words." The Most High telling Jeremiah, prophesy against us, "and say unto them, the Most High shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes, stomping on grapes, against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth." That's where we at right now, y'all. "For the Most High has a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword." Who said it? Said the Most High. Thus said the Most High, power of hosts, power of army of angels. Behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind, tornado, hurricane, shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Most High shall be at that day from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. Come on, y'all. They shall not be limited. Ain't nobody gonna be crying over it. Neither gathered. They ain't gonna be gathered to be buried nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. You hear that? They're gonna be feces upon the ground. Howl, you shepherds, you preachers, you ministers, and cry. He said, and wallow yourself in the ashes, ye principal of the flock, you that's over the Most High's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel, and these predominantly Christian sanity churches, institutions, and so forth. For the days of your slaughter, you hear what he said? The days of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel. And the shepherds shall have no way to flee. Ain't no way you gonna flee to. Come on, y'all better hear this. Nor the principal of the flock to escape. That you know you ain't gonna better run. You ain't gonna better hide yourself nowhere. What can you hide from the Most High? What can you hide from the sky? Most said the heaven of heavens can't contain him. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and the secret things. Secret parts, man. You hear what he said, verse 35, and the shepherds, these are the leaders of our people, that's over the Most High's people, shall have nowhere to flee, ain't gonna have nowhere to run, nor the principal of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds, that's the leaders, that's over our people, and a howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Most High have spoiled their pasture. And the peaceable habitations are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Most High. Stop that from happening. You hear what he said? In the peaceable habitations, y'all living it up. In these mega churches, and y'all leading the people astray. And the peaceable habitations that you have are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Most High. He hath forsaken his convert as the lion, but the land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor and because of his fierce anger. Come on, man. What we got to go through for you really to see what it is that the Most High is saying here that's going to happen to you. You don't see it's going to happen to those that are following his laws, statutes, commandments, doing what he say do. Y'all talking about we not under the law. Y'all saying you ain't got to follow the Most High. Don't you realize who it is that's leading you straight to damnation with them? Hosea 6 chapter, verse 3. Then shall you know, if we follow on to know the Most High, his going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain. You know how the rain come down? He gonna come unto us like the rain. Can you stop the rain from coming down? That's how he's gonna come upon you, man. And woman, and children. Hear what he said? His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain upon the earth. Man, I mean, it's just, you just doing whatever you do, and all of a sudden, it's just start raining. That's how you say gonna come on. You say coming like a thief in the night. Look at verse 6. For I desire mercy, which is not getting something you deserve to get, and not sacrifice. You know what he said? And not sacrifice. He wants us to be obedient. And the knowledge of the Most High more than burnt offerings. Because those sacrifices didn't take away our sins, y'all. The Most High wants us to be obedient. He just gave us something that we could do because we require a sign, but he wants us to be obedient. He didn't want us all the time to be sacrificing no animals for the atonement of our sins. Hosea 11:5. He shall, Hosea 11, chapter verse 5. He shall not return into the land of Egypt, but the Assyrians shall be his king, because they refuse to return. See, they ain't go back to Egypt. Nor the tribes went into the Assyrian captivity. Because remember, they made two calves, man. Jeroboam made. He was over the northern tribes. He made two calves. And he said, this is who brought us out of Egypt. This is who put the 10 plagues on the Egyptians. Understand this. This is who brought us out of Egypt. This is who opened up the Red Sea, that we can walk across dry ground. All the things that the Most High did in the wilderness. All the things, when you know all the things that the Most High did to Egyptians, 10 plagues they put upon them to make him a name, taken away. Straight up. You got to understand how wicked and evil that is. We made a calf, a golden calf, when Moses went up to get the commandments. Understand this. He went up to get the laws that the Most High wrote with his finger, 40 days, 40 nights. And while he was up there, we made a calf. So if you really love the Most High, you really think about what we have, so many things we have done to sin against him, and just blatantly say, we don't care about you. Two calves? We made a calf. They know how to make that calf. Aaron made that calf. But Jeroboam made two calves, and the Most High had the Assyrians take them out, take them into captivity. And the sword shall abide on the cities, verse 6, and shall consume his branches and devour them because of their own counsels. Come on. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. That's cold, man. And I see it now, even in our day now, it's like we will justify when you something simple as stop saying the things that offend him. I can show it over and over again. I'm going to show it right now. And I'm looking for you to justify it. B-A-A-L. B-A-A-L means L-O-R-D. And the people that's making all the money off the #1 selling book, put it in there. And we got to learn to not say it, man. Not to offend the Most High. Or we're going to still be dealing with the same thing. We're not getting up out of here. You would say, and my people are bent to backsliding from me. Though they call them to the Most High, no one at all would exalt him. Mm, mm, mm. You hear what he said? And my people are bent to backsliding, meaning going from me, going away from the Most High. And these are the things you think about whenever you look at, okay, these are simple changes that we can change so we don't offend him. And who cares? People don't care enough. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. So that me is the Most High. Though they call them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. You hear that? Like right now, I'm calling you to the Most High, and none at all will exalt him. Who says praise the Most High? Praise ye the Most High. As King David did. Mostly all the Psalms. All throughout the Bible. You can't praise him enough. Who really saying praise ye the Most High? Praise the Most High. You know what he said? And my people are bent to backsliding from me. from the Most High. Though they call them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. Wow. None at all would exalt him. So when I see our people not really praising them and when everybody joins, to those that just like y'all just robots and robotees, man. Y'all in spiritual darkness. Something's wrong. I mean, but the Bible is true. The word is true. But y'all have resorted to all praises. And y'all all just like robots and robotees follow that same suit. You hear what he said? None at all would exalt me. Would exalt him. You think on that. And justified not exalting him. He said none at all would exalt him. Look at verse 12. Ephraim, like I said, Ephraim is the head of the northern tribes, compasses me about with lies. Wow. And the house of Israel with deceit. That's the family of Israel. You got the northern tribes, which is called Israel. You got the southern tribes called Judah. But Judah yet ruleth with the Most High and is faithful with the saints. But Hosea 12:2, see what it says about Judah. The Most High have also a controversy with Judah, even though Judah ruled with the Most High and is faithful with the saints. The Most High have a controversy with Judah. That's the southern tribe. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, predominantly. And will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings, will he recompense him. He took his brother, talking about Esau, going back to Genesis 25:25, by the heel. Remember, they was fighting in the womb. Paternal twin evil brother, Esau, who became the Edomites, like we became the Israelites. And by his strength, he had power with the Most High. Yeah, he had power over the angel and prevailed. Remember, that's Jacob. Wrestled with the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. Even the Most High power of hosts, power of army of angels, the Most High is his memorial. Therefore, turn thou to thy power. Turn to the Most High. Stop offending him. Keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy power continually. Isaiah 45:13. Like I say, we've done some real terrible things. And I don't think our people like to hear us being gone into, or they don't like to really, I don't know, I just feel that they really don't love the Most High enough. Like, you hear what I'm saying? You got to look at what we did. You know, when you look at what he just said, you know, like we didn't care, man. We didn't have that love for him until this day, to me, because it seems like once you realize you're an Israelite, then everything turns to what you can find in this Bible pertaining to you as an Israelite, we as Israelites. Listen, you hear what Most High said? They didn't exalt him. Look what they did. 2 Ezra 1:32. The I here is the Most High. He said, I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, killed them, put them to death, and torn their bodies in pieces, because they came with the word of the Most High, tore their bodies to pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, said the Most High. So when you look at a lot of things that we're going through, we have to look at it, and we got to really consider that it ain't over. It's not over. Shalom to everyone. Welcome. Ain't over, y'all. We still got to go through making it to the kingdom, making it out of this captivity into the kingdom that's already prepared for us. Better understand. Look at Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Most High. That's y'all talking about Krum Yasharala. You hear what that says? I'll be saying Krum Most High, Krum Yahweh, Krum Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You hear that? Arise. What do you think that's saying? O Most High. Is that Krum Yasharala? No. That's rise Most High. Disappoint him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Keep that in mind, y'all. The wicked is the Most High sword. Come on. And there are things that's happening in this earth and gonna happen in the earth that we have to prepare ourselves for, to have protection. You're gonna hear these things that's promised. Most High is not a man you should lie. Just make sure you understand that. Just in case you might not have heard, and you're gonna hear things that you might not have heard, and some of you might have heard, but it don't matter one way or another. You gonna know. Numbers 23 and 19. We gonna know this, man. You gotta know this. Numbers 23rd chapter, the 19th verse. Say the Most High is not a man, so he's a man first and foremost. He's not a man that he should lie. Neither the son of man that he should repent. Have he said? You go hear a lot of things. You heard a lot of things. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Huh? He say something, he ain't gonna do it. He gonna do it. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? But understand, these prophecies have to happen, y'all. If you don't mind, like and share and subscribe to the channels. Hit the bell to be notified when we're coming on. We're coming on at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week. We gotta look at this because there's a lot of things that's in the making right now, you know, with them you know, having the food supply taken away from people. Some people really need it, and they take it away from them. What do you think gonna happen? They're gonna eat. Better believe that. They're gonna eat. They're gonna find a way to eat. And at the same time, you're gonna see that a lot of things that they have presented to us is going to start happening too. You know, what will a man? Well, we'll go to the scriptures and deal with a lot of different things that's written. It's very important, you know. You know, I like to give solutions and I like to give realities of what the scripture says, and at least as far as what the Spirit of the Most High showed me to be able to bring forth to the world, whether the world of Israel or the world of anyone that's listening. It don't matter. It's still the truth. Like he said, is he a man he should lie? Have he not said he's not going to do it? He's going to do it, whatever it is that's written here. So let's look at this Revelation 13. I'll cover, I mean, nobody really care about from first chapter to 22nd verse since I've been in the truth anyway. Since, I mean, new people, new age people, y'all don't care, care less, but I just want to bring about some meat because nobody will act. So I just have to keep my sword sharp somewhere. Revelation 13th chapter, the second verse. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority, right? So this is what we're looking at. And verse 12 says, remember that beast, right? And the dragon gave him his authority. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You see that? And so we have to look at this beast, man. This beast is something else, man. I mean, but then if you just look at the beast like a dinosaur, elephant, some people might think of it as such, you know, no telling. I mean, and if he wanted everybody to know, why isn't it just point blank clear without shadow of doubt? You know exactly what it's talking about. Hmm? If you're supposed to know uh, whatever it is that is written here, it should be written out in plain English. Don't you? Wouldn't you say? I would think. I wouldn't think that you would have to be able to go to try and what is this talking about? Let me find out what this is talking about. If you want everybody to know, because he don't want everybody to know, and you don't, y'all, a lot of y'all don't care to know. What if you come back and say, "Well, I want you to break down this. You can break down this, then we'll see if we can allow you into the kingdom." Because it seems like it don't matter, dude. Seems like it really don't matter. You know, you can care less. A lot of y'all, I guess a lot of y'all think you'll come back and start from scratch with you, huh? You do a little bit of your information is knowledge that you done got is not understanding what this Bible is talking about. That's why the majority of us of old that came in, it was a lot of learning. You know, it's a lot of learning that I don't see New Age Israelites, you know, being concerned about. If it say, break this down, and I'll just pick a chapter in Daniel's or I pick a chapter in Revelation, you should have some means to be able to know what it's talking about. You should want desire, shouldn't you? What's the beast? Where do I go to find out who the beast is talking about? You know? Well, I find out that it's talking about Godzilla, you know, or King Kong, that beast, you know what I mean? They beast, right? What is it talking about? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say, you know, by the time you get to Revelation, you got to know a lot because it's coded. And it's not for everybody to know. Look at Psalm 73, 22. Check out this beast. So foolish was I, and ignorant, in darkness, not knowing. I was as a beast before thee. You see that? I was as a beast before thee. Man is a beast. You know, King David said he was like a beast before the Most High. So when you get to Revelation, you talking about that's what we talk about. Beast as men. Men that are beasts. Not no dinosaurs, no elephants and all of that. He's talking about men are beasts. And this is particular beast that he's talking about. And you gotta understand why we're the last days, so a lot of things are gonna be revealed that has been hidden. We just gotta know what we gotta do. Get it right before it's too late. How much time you gonna let go by before you really, really think about your salvation with fear and trembling? Look, going back to Revelation 13, verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast. That's a man. It's talking about a people before him. The first beast was the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, taken out of power in 193 AD approximately by Septimius Severus and ran into the Caucasus Mountains between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in South Georgia, Russia before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. When they came out of the Caucasus Mountains, deadly wound was healed. When they came out of the Caucasus Mountains as the Ottoman Turks in 1453 to 1492, which started the Renaissance period, the rebirth of the so-called white man coming into power. That's when it says it was healed. He came into power again, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. You can see that. Just turn on your TV tonight, and you'll see Trump bombing the boats. You know, you said that's bringing drugs. Look at Israelites dropping bombs on the on Gaza, the people of Gaza, Russia and Ukraine. What it say? He causes fire to come down from heaven in the sight of men. You ain't never seen it. Just turn on your news. You'll see it. They'll show you. And to see them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he have power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Had the wound by the sword and did live, meaning he was taken out of power. Like I said, in 193 AD, when he came back, think about it. When he came back in power, say he was wounded by the sword, okay, he was taken out of power, ran into the Caucasus Mountains, and say, and did live. When he came out, he put that image, he put this image up, straight up to this day. Caesar Borgia, put that image up, one image, and had people follow him. Like we made an image of the Most High, so he had people follow him, and being in his image, a lot of people, men, women, and children, they find some way that he have set up that's contrary to the way the Most High have us set up as the children of Israel, and they want to go with him. Those joining them gonna fall by the sword. That's what the scriptures say in Isaiah 13:15. Straight up. Y'all better think about it. Better really think about it. Get out of your feelings, because those joining them gonna fall by the sword. You know, I mean, Wisdom of Solomon 5:7 says they're gonna say when salvation come on the earth, we weird ourselves away of wickedness and destruction. And all you that's joining them gonna do the same thing. You say, yeah, we've gone through desert where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. So y'all think y'all gonna follow the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Messiah by following them? Hey, more power to you. I just know we got to get it right. Everybody got to learn what it is that we teaching. Or otherwise, you gonna bow down to them and do what they say do. Right now, see, they plan things long before you even think about it. You ain't thought about y'all sitting about looking at certain things that have nothing to do with the reality of what's going down in this world right now. The best thing I can tell you, you better get close to the Most High as you can. You don't have no choice. He our only hope for anybody. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both meek. You gonna tell me Caesar boys here picture ain't speaking to now? And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And it was a time when they presented him. If you didn't want to accept him as being your power right now, you got to look at it. They say that a Mashiach Yahushua, because I heard him say it don't matter what color he is, but then nobody said it's a problem with this, right? So they said if you don't bow down and worship him, they killed you. Straight up. You want to worship the image of the beast, should be killed. And they and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark. Hold on, just a moment. I don't want to mess this up. I want to make sure I bring out a lot on this because nobody's interested anyway. I'm just, like I say, rehearsing myself. um, and he make his image speak, even himself, by is like the internet, through the TV, his movies. Like, what you bet? Next movie, they're gonna have a movie coming out, and it's gonna be. Matter of fact, I seen in Time magazine in the store the other day. I think I took a picture of it. Jesus Christ, this cat that Warner Solomon drew in 1930s, I believe. Yeah, on the front page of Time magazine, I think it was Time magazine or Newsweek. Don't quote me on it, but I know it was in the store. I'll have to look at my picture and see which magazine it was. But that's for getting ready for Christmas. You see, there's something wrong with that, you know? So it's right there in your face without a shadow of a doubt. Matter of fact, speaking of this image, it's a book I have here. It's called The Bourgeois. The Bourgeois by Marion Johnson. And you see, all praise the Most High. When you turn the page and go right there, you know you're on point. That's him right there. That's your Jesus right there, Caesar Borgia. Here go his sister Lucretia back here. That's his sister Lucretia back here. It's called The Bourgeois by Marion Johnson. Um, Let me see. Here go Lucretia right here. He killed over his sister. He loved this sister. Man, that's her sitting next to him. Let me show. I'm gonna show you. Um, a picture worth 1,000 words, right? That's Lucretia again right there. See, she all up in there, all up in the book. There go Lucretia again right there, right? I want to get something right to the point of this. I want to show you some. Look at this. This is Maria Antoinette, a ring, a request, Maria a request, widow of Juan Duke of Conda, was convinced of Caesar's guilt as murderer of both Juan and Alfonso de Bishop. She commissioned this altarpiece with Caesar, far right, raising his dagger to stab Juan in the back. But she commissioned him, you see right here, where she commissioned him being, that's where he started being on the cross, on that cross. But y'all knew about that, right? Y'all knew about that, right? I have two platforms going on, if y'all don't mind. You see it? That's the first time you see him on the cross. That's what she did. But let me tell you about this family. This image. Let me show you something. About this family. What do I do with mine on? Well, I'm not doing them around so much I can't find them. And ran away from. I remember I used to be out. Here it is. I used to be out street teaching, and that picture would just fly away. Just no other picture. That picture just fly away into the street. Like it has some kind of power. You see this right here? This is the Borgias. Remember, it said he made an image, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And they kill people for not worshiping this beast, these beasts right here, which is the Borgias. That's that book is about just about their family. There's 5 people in this picture. There's Caesar Borgia in the middle right there. 5 people in this picture. And you ain't worshiping, you will put to death. And it's pretty sad because when you look at, like I said, nothing new under the sun. And just because people don't know, then whose problem is that? It's your problem for not inquiring to know. All of us that are teachers from old, we inquired and we got answers. Well, we know what we know. First Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. See that? And understand, this is way before Mashiach came on the earth. This is Greek Empire. This is before the Roman Empire, because he came in the Roman Empire. But you got to think, he came on the earth knowing that they was going to do this. So let's look at Wisdom of Solomon. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. In the Apocrypha, a lot of reason why, you know, when you know what you know of what's being said here, why you would think that they would take it out. It makes sense to me. Listen to what it says. Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter and the 7th verse. Listen to this carefully. We're going to read 10 verses of Wisdom of Solomon, 14th chapter. It says, for blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh. So blessed, so this paper that we have here, this paper that's in this, that creates this Bible, it's wood. That's what it's talking about. Blessed is the wood, because the paper comes from wood, whereby righteousness cometh. So where is righteousness, y'all? Where does righteousness come from? From the wood, which is the Bible, which is the paper, was made of wood. Righteousness come. What is righteousness? It's Deuteronomy 6:25, first and foremost. Defines righteousness. And what are we turning? I'm turning the wood, because the paper is made from wood, right? So that's what it's saying. Blessed is the wood wherein righteousness comes. Deuteronomy 6:25. This is defined righteousness. And it shall be our righteousness that we reading in this wood, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power. I was a person of possessive pronouns showing ownership to the Israelites as he had commanded us, right? So going back to Wisdom of Solomon 14:7, it say, for blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh. But that which is made with hands is cursed, as well it as he that made it. So whatever someone made by hand for somebody to worship is cursed, and he's cursed, whoever made it. He, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it was called the Most High. For the unrighteous and his righteousness are both alike, hateful unto the Most High. So those that don't keep the commandments of the Most High, those that keep the laws of the Most High, are hateful before the Most High, hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together. But that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. So all you that believe in that was made, you're going to be punished together. It's going to be punished, and you're going to be punished right with it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, these other nations, I'm talking about Gentiles, the idols of the Gentiles, I tell you in Psalms 96:5, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare, a trap to the feet of the unwise. And that's how the Most High look at this. That's why it behooves anyone that hear my voice to come out of idolatry, man, know about the Most High, learn about the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of Israel, the real Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. That's who the power of, and learn of him. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Hear that? Devising these idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. I look at these religions as idols. That's why I call them crisp insanity. Because it's insane to believe in what they believe in, and they're going to end up being crisp, burnt. Like the Most High say, he's going to melt you if you don't come back to him and learn what it is that you're supposed to do to please him. Come on. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. You see that? So anyone that's dealing with any type of religion that the Most High did not create, he did not tell me what religion. I'm waiting. Nobody really, y'all talk about y'all religion is right. What religion is keeping his laws? Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and looking at what we sacrifice animals for the atonement of our sins, peace offerings, and so forth. Who looking into that? What religion? Y'all getting ready for what? Thanks taking, thanks stealing, thanks murdering. Then you're going to deal with Christmas. Man-made. Has nothing to do with the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. But are you inquiring to find out what you could do to replace that? Yeah, we gonna honor Feast of Lights. 8 days. Come on, what y'all gonna do? You get 8 days, that's all your holidays, I might say, throughout the year. To try and get 8 days out of that. We got 8 days, one holiday we gonna do. First day and the last day are holy convocations. The rest of the day, we just have, like you say, rejoicing in them, having a good time. What y'all know about that? Y'all don't know nothing about that because you don't know the truth. That's what I say. For the devising, verse 12, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, going against the Most High, because he's a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. Y'all not dealing with the truth. The truth is the laws. Psalms 119, 142. You know, and the spirit is dealing with him spiritually, which you're not doing. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. You hear that? The invention of these spiritual fornication, the corruption of life. You think about people that call themselves being Christians, they don't know the Bible. They don't know this, they ain't studied this Bible. Because you gotta be taught. For neither were they from the beginning. You hear that? Neither shall they be forever. So your religion wasn't from the beginning. You can't even name one religion that you believe in that you can show me in the Bible that the Most High said when we came out of Egyptian captivity, this is what he gave us as the Israelites when he gave us his 613 laws. Think about it. And that's what the Most High did. So when you say we not under the law, we ain't under the commandments, we ain't under him, you giving him your middle finger. He wrote it with his finger. You giving the Most High your middle finger. And you that's following him, you giving the Most High your middle finger too. Or prove me wrong. I'm willing to hear. Prove me wrong. That you ain't got to do what the Mashiach Yahushua did in keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You deal with spiritual fornication, y'all. Listen. For by the vainglory of men, they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. The vainglory of men, all these religions and all these idols and idolatry entered into the world. He said, therefore shall they surely come to an end. He's going to put an end to it, y'all. Listen, now it's going to go into this madness right here. Right here. This is already prophesied for Mashiach came on the earth. Listen, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, this father, Rodrigo Borgia, right here, this father, right here, let me see, no, right here, on this end, this father right here, Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome, written in the Bible, for a father, verse 15, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child, that's Caesar Borgia, soon taken away because he died before his father, now honor him as a God unto this day, which was then a dead man. He was dead. And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. To this dead man, Caesar Borgia. See, like I told you, I got this him right here. Him. Get it twisted. Don't be trying to hide from me. When I first opened it up, oh, you talking about me, huh? Yeah, we bringing it out. This is, like I said, it's a book called The Borgias. This is the Borgia family. And you can, matter of fact, you can go on YouTube and look them up. They had a series on The Borgias. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Man, they was doing all kind of madness. Show you how the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire was. But they was in the Greek Empire, not the Roman Empire. It's a lot. It just when I first opened it up, I went right to it. Now I can't even find it. Nevertheless, here it is. Nah, that's her. That's his sister. But they had a whole series of it was, man, they know what they call them? You know what they call your Jesus? In the Borgia family, they call them the first crime family. The first crime family. It's called The Borgias by Marion Johnson. It just I can't even find it now. Maybe I'm turning the pages too fast. Nevertheless, I got something for you just in case I can't get it out of this book. That's all right. You see here, it's called The Bourgeois by Marion Johnson. Okay, that's all right. I got him right here. Here he is, right here, right there. There he is, right there. Y'all know about that Last Supper picture? So look what it says. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, this is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15, when he had made an image of his child, Caesar Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia is that father, soon taken away because Caesar Borgia died, now honor him as God until this day, y'all, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. They were sacrificing and doing ceremonies to this cat, making him be a Mashiach Yahushai, really, whom men could not honor in presence because he dead, because they dwelt far off. So that they live far off. So you couldn't honor him in presence because they live far off. Looks like they took the counterfeit of his image, the kind of like this counterfeit of his image that Warner Solomon drew in 1930s. That new image that they have of Mashiach Yahushua, or that I won't say Mashiach Yahushua, Caesar Borgia, Salakia, whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his image from far, like what you see what I just showed you, and made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present. So they made an image. Here go. I got something else for you. Here we go. Like right here. See, Holy Bible. They made an image of this cat. I mean, you gotta look. They dictated what it is that we would learn as far as this Bible. While a lot of people they don't want to look at the Bible because they use it in a way to have us believe in them as the Most High and Mashiach the other side. Now that's Mashiach the side right here. That's him right here, 12 years old, dealing with the doctors when they went to the Passover. He's blind haired and blue eyed, right? And here he is now. When he got grown now, look at his hair now. He's a brunette. You see? So there's something wrong with this, man. But you see, they painted their pictures all in the Bible. Here he is again. You see? This is what was done. This is what was done. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, a picture worth 1,000 words. See, now they mocked him saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." Look, now how are we going to come out of believing not that this is true when they painted pictures right in the Bible? Put their pictures right here. Look, I mean, you can't tell pictures all throughout here. It ain't us, it's them. So these are the things that, we're up against and trying to bring the truth, knowing that that's a lie. This is hurtful because our people believe that. They believe those lies. But let's continue. So you see Rodrigo Borgia, verse 15, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored as a God, which was then a dead man. He died before his father, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in process of time, an unrighteous custom grown strong was kept as a law. You hear that? As a law. This unrighteous custom was kept as a law. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far, like I showed you how Warner Solomon did in the 1930s, but they They drew pictures of him living in the fire, like you see even in that Bible I just showed you. When he was 12 years old, he was blonde haired, blue eyed. But when he became a man, he was brunette. Different images. It says, because they dwelt far off, they took the counterfeit of his visage from far and made an express image of a king whom they honored, the so-called white man, Caesar Borgia, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present. Flatter Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI, who was not around them, but they might hear about it and flatter him. For he, peradventure, willing to please one in authority, was all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci painted that picture. Now let's go to Wisdom Solomon 15:4. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors. You see, it didn't deceive us, nor image spotted with diverse colors. The painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. You call you a fool, you lust after that. And so they desired a form of a dead image that hath no breath. Remember, he died before his father, and his father set him up to be a god until this day. Both they that make them, they that desire them, they that worship them are lovers of evil things. Hear that? You hear what it said? Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things and are worthy to have such things to trust upon. So you better think about it. Really consider what you're dealing with. All you that believe that that's the truth, because I must show you without a shadow of a doubt. Revelation 1:1, how you look. Revelation 1:1. The revelation was the revealing of a Mashiach Yahushua. Let's jump to verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. So he had woolly hair, nappy hair. That's the texture. And when John the Revelator is seeing them, they're fully gray, right? Now jump to verse 15. And his feet, the feet's the same color as your whole body, like unto brass, fine brass. Brass is derivative of brown, but how does derivative of a brown look? As if they burn in a furnace. He looked so dark, like he burned in the furnace. And his voice has the sound of many waters, had a really strong voice. But he had hair of wool, and his feet, like a fine brass, derivative of brown, as if it burned in the furnace, right? So he was a very dark-skinned man, So they lied. Daniel's 10:5-6. They lied. They liars. Daniel's 10:5-6. They got spells on people. Daniel's 10:5-6. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl. I looked up beryl in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Oh, trusty Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. I looked up beryl. What does beryl mean? Because, I must bring it out, put it in your face, because for years and years, brother has been saying that beryl mean green. That's why they put a Mashiach of the side, the paintings that they paint, and put it with a green robe. Tell me that's his robe. No. Look up beryl. I looked up beryl. It says brown. We got to make it make sense, y'all. You see that? I got it underlined. Beryl. It means brown. Come on. You can't just read the Bible and come up with something that don't make sense. Don't that make more sense? When we looked at how his feet like the fine brass, they burned in the furnace, very dark skinned, brown man with nappy hair, woolly hair. So now it makes sense to see that he said his body also was like the beryl, was brown. And his face has the appearance of lightning, for all the knowledge was understanding that was illuminated from him. When you read the Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter, the 1st verse, and it says, and his eyes as the lamps of fire, because it tell you about that in well, let's go to Ecclesiastes. I'm being lazy. Let me go to Ecclesiastes 8:1 to show you why it says, in his face has the appearance of lightning. Ecclesiastes 8:1. I'm gonna go the long route. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. You see, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed, right? So it says, and his eyes as lamps of fire, right? So, and it tell you in Revelation, I don't think I read it in Revelation. Go back to Revelation so you'll see, just to break down Revelations 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, fully gray like my beard, fully gray. That's what he's saying. As white as snow. It was fully gray. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, right? So here Daniel saying, he said, in Daniel's 10:6, his body also was like the beryl, which is brown, and his face has the appearance of lightning, for all the knowledge which was said was illuminated in front of him. And we seen in Ecclesiastes 8:1, and his eyes as lamps of fire, right? So now let's go to Genesis 49:12. It's prophesied about Amashekah in verse 10. But let's look at go to Genesis the 49th chapter. Genesis 49:10. It says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. Remember Hebrews 7:14, it says, it is evident, it's a fact that our power, Mashiach Yahushai, sprang out of Judah. Okay, so now it says, the scepter, which is power and authority, shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh, as Mashiach Shai, come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. And that's real. So now jump to verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine. And his eyes shall be red with wine. That's why it says eyes is red. And his teeth white with milk. But it's not talking about the eyeballs going to be red. It's talking about, like, let's read. Matthew 11:19. The whites of our eyes be red when we drink wine. That's why you driving and the police say get out the car. What's the first thing they do with that flashlight? Put that flashlight right up to your eyes and see if you've been drinking or not. That's why it says in Matthew 11:19, what they always call them something. Like they call us niggas in Acts 13:1. Matthew 11:19. The Son of Man, who was a Mashiach Yahushua, came eating and drinking. And they say, you tell me what they called him. Behold, a man gluttonous, like the man like to eat a lot, and a wine bibber. See? That's why his eyes were red with wine. He was a wine bibber. See? A friend of publicans, not an associate, a friend of publicans, tax collectors, and sinners, those that broke the laws, because they the ones that need to be healed. But wisdom is justified of her children. See that? So going back to Daniel's 10:6. So you see that? His eyes should be red with wine. So they call him a wine bibber. So Daniel's 10:6. His body, talking about the Mashiach also was like the beryl, which is brown. We just seen that in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Stop saying it's green. Ain't nobody body green but the Hulk. That's why they had to make a green garment for him all the time. No, look up beryl, it means brown. We got to make it make sense, y'all. His body was brown, but we know it looked like it burned in the furnace, so dark. It says, and his face has appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet. Okay, so that is in his arms and his feet, like in color to polished brass. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. He had a very strong voice. So, but in color, it tells you to polish brass. We know that polished brass look like they burn in the furnace when you get understand the precepts. Okay, so here we are. We looking at how um we're leading up into how you cannot deny that that image still exists today. Just turn on TBN. You know, nobody's. I mean, I just showed you in the Bible. He's there in the Bible. Until this day, nobody apologized for the error that they made, and we read about how it would begin in the Greek Empire. That was told in First Maccabees 3:48. Open up the book of the law, the Bible, where the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. And the Messiah would say, I knew they was going to do this. You know, this happened way after he died. So now, and many times, I mean, they done tried this. So now let's look at um Revelation 13, and it says, verse 16. Where are we at? 13 and let's read verse 15 because this is dealing with um this image, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Come on, of Caesar Borgia and the Borgia family. Period. The first crime family they call them. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what happened to this day, man. That's what has happened. Straight up. He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. This is what his whole get down is. And it could happen just like right now. They're taking the food away from the people. And they tell they crying overseas in Italy, I know for a fact, and in the UK. They don't want the digital ID. They crying about it, and that's them. They know. They don't want the digital ID, you know. And all you that's working to uphold this system, his kingdom, armed forces, politicians, the politics, the police, and what he do? He have you swear by raising your right hand, swear allegiance to him. Because they not dealing with the Bible. They ain't dealing with the Bible really talking about. It's just something in front of your face. That's all. In your mind, in your forehead, the knowledge that he done perpetrated on this earth, the lies that he taught, Christian insanity, all these different religions, has nothing to do with the Most High and the Mashiach outside, or us as the children of Israel, and where they put it at in your mind, it's philosophies. And that's what the Most High said in Colossians 2 and 8. Get that? Colossians 2 and 8. He warned us about these things. But if you don't know what the scripture's saying, then you just kind of like go with the flow. Do this and y'all do it. Do that. Y'all do it. Why? Because masters told you to do it. The oppressor told you to do it. So you don't know no better. And then you'll holler and scream at us for reading the scriptures. Well, what do you say? Colossians 2 and 8. Beware. You better pay attention. Lest any man spoil you. You ever smell any spoiled milk? Spoil you through what? Through philosophy and vain deceit. That's what the Most High said in Ecclesiasticus 3:24. For many That's many people are deceived by what? Their own vain opinion. Because you programmed to think like them, whether you realize it or not. Most people are programmed to think like them. That's why when you come in this truth, you got to let it go. But you got to let everything you thought you know go. I had to do it. Everybody have to do it. Let it go and start from scratch, man. Because you don't know what this Bible talking about. You know, make it talk to you. Make it tell a story. Then you can talk to me. You know, it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. You know, that's why I say many are deceived by their own vain opinion in Ecclesiasticus 3:24. That's vain deceit. What does it say? And an evil suspicion, that's that deceit. That evil is the devil coming in to make you make the wrong judgment. Straight up. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. After the tradition of who? Of men. You hear that? The tradition of men. After the rudiments of the world, his world. Remember, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world that we are now. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So he's talking about Israel and not after Mashiach. You know? Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, worthless lies, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. Mashiach was a revolutionist, man. He told the Romans, man, I could call 12 legions of angels come down here and destroy all of y'all. But he had a mission. He had to come and die for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's what he did perfectly, without a shadow of a doubt. See? So that's why you cannot, get caught up in no matter what. You gotta understand, you cannot, no matter what, you can't get caught up in this. You want to know more about this, I can go deep into it, but I mean, that's not what I really had opened this up to deal with, because nobody asks or nobody really care about what's really deep, meat and so forth. Um, but you should desire more. You want more, you should desire more, you get more. But if you don't, then what difference do it make? You know, what does it mean to you? Go to Isaiah, the 8th chapter. That's why I look at it, you should be able to go in here, you should be able to give an explanation of what's going on. For what it is that has been already given. Y'all think of myself saying, come back and start from scratch, I don't think so. Isaiah 8 and 16. It say, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. Hear that? Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples, it says. Straight up. If you understand what it is you need to know concerning the law of the Most High, hey, you ain't gotta be concerned about all the things that is gonna be perpetrated on this earth. Because you have something better to look forward to. Can't nobody stop what it is that's prepared, that kingdom that's prepared for us. And they tell you, man, I love it. You already have those that are, left out of here, man, knowing that they have something better to look forward to than this raggedy place, man. For real, for real. Look at Matthew 16:26. Matthew 16 and 26. Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited? What you gonna profit, he said, if he shall gain the whole world. You gain the whole world. Everybody know you. You got money flowing out of your ears, your eyes, everywhere. What is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You know, how much are you worth? You know, what would you give to try and make it in this wicked world? Or what you gonna give to try and survive that's going against the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments just to live a little while, and then they take you out anyway. You gone anyway. Most High say, okay, because he's the one that controls life and death. For the Son of Man shall come in his glory. He shall come in the glory of his Father. He will come in the glory of the Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with his angels. Revelation 9:16 says 200 million angels. And then he shall reward every man according to his works. Did you sell out? That's what he say. All a man, you know, give up for his soul, exchange for his soul. You know, you look at our men, they put on dresses. You got to do this. So they put on dresses, tell them what they're doing behind closed door, the casting couch and all that stuff, man. Women being passed around just for fame. You say you're going to be judged according to your works. But they say it's not about your works. It's about faith in Jesus. And it don't matter how he looked, they say. Then it says about faith in him. How is that? How does that work? It matter how you look. Or just get out of bed and just walk around. Don't wash your face. Don't do nothing with your ugly self. Because it don't matter how he look. It don't matter how you look. Do it. Think about that, y'all. Because they said a bit, it don't matter how he look. So it don't matter how they look. So now, Matthew 10:28. So people are sold out. They done sold their soul. And first thing they get up there and say, I want to thank God. Yeah, right. It ain't the Most High. It ain't the Most High. It ain't about Shekharshadi thinking. Believe this. Not after you done sold out and you sold your soul. Like we say, what would a man give up for his soul? Matthew 10:28. He said, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. Hear that? They might kill the body, but they ain't able to kill that soul. That soul, that spirit is going to the Most High. The spirit going to be going back to the Most High that gave it. That's what I say, and fear not them which kill the body. You fear man more than you do the Most High. That's why he's saying, fear not them that's killed the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him. He's telling you to fear the Most High that y'all say you ain't got to fear. He's telling you, you believe in the Mashiach, we say, but rather fear him, fear the Most High, which is able to destroy both soul and body in damnation. Throw your butt in damnation, man, that hellfire. He said, yeah, fear him, fear the Most High. So it tells you in Revelation 12:12, I'm going to show you something. Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. And that's right here on this earth. Woe, destruction, woe means destruction to the inhabitants, we the people of the earth. We the people of the earth and of the sea, those that are out in the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the key thing here is to look at who he's coming down on. And it says, and the dragon, which is the devil, and the beast, and the devil and Satan, and the serpent, they all fit into the same category. Evil, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. The woman represent symbolically the 12 tribes of Israel. When you read Jeremiah 6:2. He said, I have likened the daughter of Zion. Let's go there. Because I'll be quoting and y'all, I don't know if y'all writing down. I hope y'all writing it down. Jeremiah 6:2. Jeremiah 6 and 2. Okay. It said, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Symbolically, right? So now, what does Zion mean? The daughter of Zion. What does that mean? The daughter of Zion. Who is Zion? How do you prove who Zion is? These are the things. This is where you get understanding through the precepts. Isaiah 61, the 61st chapter. Is it 61 or 51? Isaiah, I always have a problem with this one. 51 and 16. I got it right. Isaiah 51 and 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth. We're looking for the daughters of Zion, who Zion is. And I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people, right? So who's my people? See, Zion say, thou art my people. The daughters of Zion, the daughters is women, but symbolically for all of us, right? So it says, Zion, thou art my people. So my people is defined where? One place is Matthew 2 and 6. This is how you get to understand it without any shadow of doubt. Nobody can gainsay on this. Matthew 2 and 6. Make it not, my people be not, who is defined right here in Matthew 2 and 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Clear as day, right? So that's what we're looking at. My people Israel. So now, going back to Revelation 12 and 17. And the dragon, which is the beast, which is the serpent, which is the devil, which is Satan, which is the dragon. Let's prove that right. Go to Revelation 12 and 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. So the 7 heads are the chief leading empires of the Edomite nation, the so-called white man's nation, the Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, the British. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russians, the British, right? And the 10 heads are the EEC, the European Economic Community, or the European Community, or what they call today NATO, which support the 7 heads, right? So now that we know the red dragon, the dragon is red. Now you go verse 9, Revelation 12 and 9, it says, and the great dragon, which is red, was cast out. That old serpent, which had to be red, called the devil, which had to be red. They show you the devil is red. It's just that, he's not no entity coming out of the ground with a pitchfork and all that stuff, man. But he is red. Like Esau's red when you read Genesis 25:25. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, It says, verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, right? He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Meaning, his people that's dealing with him is right there with him, right here on the earth. Now, when you look at Revelations 18, remember they deceived the whole world. How? How you conquer someone deceive the whole world? This is how they did it. In Revelation 18 and 23, we're going to read that last sentence. For by thy sorceries, plural, that's witchcrafts, were all nations deceived. So they got spells on people, man. Say whatever. So now, going back to Revelations 12 and 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, with we the Israelites, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. That's the remnant. That's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. But this remnant is a particular remnant which keep the commandments of the Most High. You hear that? And had a testimony of a Mashiach Yahushua. right? So he's coming down on those that keep the commandments of the Most High, had a testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. Now, we're going to go into the Apocrypha and look at what it says they're going to be doing. In Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Look at this. That's why I say, follow the story. If you don't know it, go back and look at it from the beginning. Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. We start at verse 1. Look at this. But the unrighteous said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious. And in the death of a man, there was no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So that in itself let you know that they don't believe Mashiach Messiah died and rose on the 3rd day. Right there. But we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. That's true. But the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and as a little spark in the moving of our hearts. That's why I say, look at Job 20 and 4. Remember, they said they're going to be just like they've never been, right? Job 20 and 4. Let's see if we can see some reasoning here with what's written. Remember, the Most High is not a man, he should lie. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short? Remember, we got a short time. The triumph of the wicked is short, it says. And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. There was actually mounted up to the heavens. They got the space stations out there, the jets flying and everything, and his head reached into the clouds. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Where'd he go? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which have seen him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. See? So what did they say? This is what they saying. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 2. But we are born for all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. See? For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. It said, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, cremated, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. That's why I say, for the way of the Most High in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, they're going to say, we have not known it. They don't know it. It says, and our name shall be forgotten in time. Hear that? And no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beast of the sun, the beams of the sun, Salakia, and overcome with the heat thereof. Listen, for our time is a very shadow that passes away. And after our end, there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, what they say, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures, like as in youth, like they did in the past with us. Remember, the devil, though he got a short time coming down with much wrath, he's coming down on who? Those that the remnant of the Israelites that keep the commandments of the Most High, the testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. We just read that in Revelation 12:17. Listen, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered, before they die. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. I guess so. You have 400 years of free labor making up to $17 trillion, King Cotton, sugar, cane, and tobacco, and all the things that they sold that we worked for free as slaves. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. But this is our portion. And our lot is this. This is their portion right now. That's why I tell you in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Look what it says. Verse 10, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Starting, y'all. Jacob said, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Coming down with much wrath, because you know we have a short time. Let us, excuse me, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. The Most High say all these things are against the laws of the Most High, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. They don't care about the old. Let our strength be the law of justice. That's the military, police departments, and so forth. ICE. It say, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Talking about us. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. See that? Let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our term. See? And we're not for their term. And he is clean contrary to our doings. Yeah, because the wicked doings that they're doing, they're not following the laws of the Most High. They teach people that we're not under the law, that the Most High wrote with his finger. He upbraided us with our offending the law. You hear that? He upbraided them by them offending the law that the Most High wrote with his finger, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. Yeah, hear that? The transgressing of our education. Like they already trying to change everything up. Did Christopher Columbus discover America, really? I remember growing up, I had learned about the indigenous people that was on this land, running down to Buffalo, doing all the things, all this time spent. First time I heard about any history, and I'm hearing about it's us, and I already know that they say we the Indians, this, that, and the third growing up. And I'm like, you're going to come and tell me that this so-called white man, Christopher Columbus, came and discovered America? What? That don't make no sense to me. I got in trouble behind that, man. I don't want to hear that. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Most High. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Hear that? He was made to reprove our thoughts. Yeah. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. Hear that? You hear that? Yahshua say, we're grievous even for them to look at. Consider, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Listen, y'all. Remember, the devil know he got a short time coming out must rap. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Yeah. Don't they claim to be the people of the book? We're esteemed of them as being counterfeits. They're not the real people. I just showed you in the Bible. They painted themselves in the Bible as being the people of the book. That's a lie. Masha side, come on. He was from Africa. People in Africa, come on. You see the people over there right now, they having a problem with that son. See, look, come on. I ain't got to lie. It's in the Holy Bible. See, the Holy Bible. I ain't got to lie. Shoot. They painted themselves to be him. Here it is right here in the Bible. Can't deny this, man. Not only that, they even claim to be the Most High. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Come on. Look, we're just keeping it real. Huh? So, say whatever. This is true. You know, going back to Wisdom of Solomon 2, it says, verse 16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. They are phonies. He abstained from our ways as from filthiness. Come on, men with men, women with women is okay. Children can have a sex change. You got to tell your mama and daddy that you are different. pronoun than you was born. Come on. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his father. He is the father of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob was the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He the power of Israel. Let us see. Let's hear it go. Back to Revelation 12:17. He coming out with much wrath because he know they have a short time. That's Revelation 12:12 and verse 17. He coming down on those that keep the commandments of the Most High. That's we the Israelites. And the true testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. Look what it says. Verse 17 of Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him. Hear that? He will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own sayings he shall be respected. Such things they did imagine and were deceived. The deceiver is being deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not. That's why I told you in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, when salvation is coming on the earth, they're going to say, as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. He would say, as for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not. Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. And that's the keeping of the commandments of the Most High. That's what righteousness represents. Nor discern a reward for blameless souls. See, so that's what you're looking at. With these people that's in control of everything right now. That's why, we have examples in this body and in the Bible showing that people die rather than, fail for a little time to be on this earth, because the Most High determines who lives and dies. A little time more that you can live, and then you put to death by the Most High. And then the just become, and your butt's frying in the lake of fire. That's why it's so important. But, if it do happen, just know, Scripture prophesied about it. Go to Revelation 6. And, well, let's see. Yeah. Go there first. Let's go to Revelation 20 and 4 first. Let's go here. Revelation 24 and 5. It says, and I saw thrones, powers and authority, man. And they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, like John the Baptist was beheaded, for the witness of Mashiach Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast. Hear that? Had not worshipped the beast, neither his image. Neither his image. Had not worshipped the beast, neither his image. Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with a Mashiach Messiah 1,000 years. Now, if they beheaded, that means they still live, right? If they beheaded them, they still live. You know why? 1 Corinthians 5 and 1. That's what I want. 1 Corinthians 5 and 1. Got it? 2 Corinthians 5 and 1. Salakia. 2 Corinthians 5 and 1. So they will be beheaded. But look what it says. 2 Corinthians 5 and 1. For we know for a fact that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, like they got their heads cut off, we have a building that's a body of the Most High, and house or a body not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven. If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked, not be exposed in sin. You see? For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened. Not for that we would be unclothed or be naked or exposed to the sins that we do, but clothed upon this body that's from heaven, that mortality, this mortal flesh, might be swallowed up of life to be able to live forever. So now going back to Revelation 20 and 5, since those that beheaded that didn't accept or bow down to the image, and that's anything that's bringing forth that's contrary to the laws of the Most High, besides them, bowing down to the picture. Just their image, the things that they present that is contrary to what this Bible is talking about, what the Most High said first and foremost, and the Mashiach Yahushua and his laws, statutes, commandments, point blank. Verse 5, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. You see? Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of the Mashiach Yahushua, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Straight up. Revelation 21 and 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. You see? And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. So we're talking about that's immortality. Neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I'll make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. Isaiah 35 and 8. Isaiah 35 and 8. To 10. I think that's what I want. Isaiah 35, 8 through 10. And an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it. You're keeping the laws of the Most High, you ain't passing over this. But it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, though thou fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. Those that redeemed, it's going to give you another name. Just remember, we said the remnant. Now it's another name for the 1/3. The redeemed shall walk there. And the ransom, that's another name for the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Or the Most High shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness. There ain't gonna be no more tears, ain't gonna be no crying, no more pain. And sorrow and sighing shall flee away. See? That's why it's worth it, y'all. Now, um, Philippians 3 and 20. Philippians 3 and 20. Philippians 3 and 20. Philippians 3 and 20. For our conversation is in heaven. That's why we started with Colossians 3:17. Whatsoever you do a word or deed, do all by Shema Mashiach Yahweh. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by Shema Mashiach Yahweh. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, our big brother, our Mashiach Yahweh, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Remember, he's sitting on the right hand side of the Most High. Flesh and blood cannot approach the Most High. That special body we just read about in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, the first verse down, according to the working there whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. It's beautiful, man. Look at verse 15. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, that's keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, have the faith of a Mashiach Yahweh and the Most High. Be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal even this unto you. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing. That's why I tell you, God speak the same thing. Brethren, Israelites, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. We say, hey, you got us for an example. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of a Mashiach. Many that come before us, they are anti-Mashiach. They're against him. You hear what I say? They are the enemies of the cross, of fixing all the stuff that he went through, whose end is destruction. I thought that's all love. Whose end is destruction. Remember they said, crucify him, let his blood be on us and on our children. And a lot of people that's on this earth that are children of those that said, crucify Mashiach, let his blood be on us and on our children. Whose end is destruction. Whose the Most High is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame. Who mind earthly things. You hear that? All you that's really concentrating on the earthly things, and that's it. He got something for you. That's why as we press toward the mark, man, we got to work toward getting there. This is everything. Romans 5 and 10. Romans 5 and 10. Revelation 5 and 10. So I can not Romans 5 and 10. Revelation 5 and 10. Revelation 5 and 10. And have made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign in heaven, on the earth, it says. Hear that? He made us kings and queens, kings and priests and kings and priests, Salakia. And we shall reign on the earth. We're going to reign on the earth. Not nowhere in the sky somewhere. We're going to reign right here on the earth. Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial, his punishment, his destruction upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Hear that? It said, a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. See, he gonna get y'all. That's why you gotta look at this, because regardless of whatever you go through, we do have Revelation 6 with those that have to deal with maybe giving up their life for this. Revelation 6 and 9. So they're going to be martyrs. Listen to what it says. And when he had opened the fifth seal of prophecy, I saw under the altar. The altar is where the priests were dealing with the laws, the statutes, commandments of the Most High, the souls of them which were slain for the word of the Most High. You know? And for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice. You remember what they said they're going to do, the wicked going to do? We read that in Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter. And go other places. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Most High, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell where? On the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them. And was said unto them, and it was said unto them, that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. You see? So it's a certain number that the Most High know have to be fulfilled of those that's going to be, killed as they were killed. That's why you cannot, you don't worry about anything. You don't worry anyway, because worry cancels out your faith in the Most High, period. So, so you're going to be punished for taking that mark, though, dealing with, all you that believe that so-called white man is Mashiach Yahushua and the Most High, you can be punished, like he said in Revelation 16:2. And the first went, let's read verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple. So you heard a great voice out of the temple, saying to the seven angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. You hear that? Told them to go out and pour out this destruction upon the earth from the Most High, the one you say that's all love. So they poured it out on the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. That's why you look at it, no matter you look at it, ain't no different than what's already said over and over again, man. Isaiah 14 and 13. 13 and 14. Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chase roe, like a chased deer, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. Everybody gonna be going back to their own land. We don't have a land to go back to. But everybody that have a land to go to, they're gonna be fleeing to their own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Every one of them that's found gonna be thrust through. And every one of you that's joined unto them shall fall by the sword. You see? You say you're gonna fall by the sword. You join to them, like you believe in that mark, you believe in the things that they have presented for you to believe in, you're gonna die by the sword, it said. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravaged. That's what it's saying, y'all. Verse 19, in Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Didn't he burn it up? I've been there, man. He burnt those 5 cities up. That's what he tells you, you're going to be burnt up. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Nothing going to be here. That's what it's saying, letting you know. It's serious, man, how serious it is. Revelation 14 and 9. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into a cup of his indignation. and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, who are the 12 tribes of Israel when you read Psalms 148:14. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of a Mashiach Yahushua. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead, which died by Shalom Mashiach Yahushua from henceforth, said the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. You hear the Christian sanity people talking about no works. You ain't got no works. Their works do follow them. The things they've done in these mortal bodies representing the Most High, keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, do what he say, do his rules and regulations, point blank, without a shadow of doubt. 1 Thessalonians 2:1. 1 Thessalonians 2:1. For yourselves, brethren, know our interest in unto you that it was not in vain. Wasn't, something we did that was worthless, understanders, overstanders. But even after that, we had suffered before. See, it wasn't no great time. And were shamefully entreated. Hear that? Shamefully entreated. Is this happening to these poked up eating preachers today? No. As you know, at Philippi, we were bold in our power to speak unto you the gospel of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua with much contention. Hear that? With much contention. Wasn't no smooth selling. People was going against them like they go against us as the Israelites all the time. For our exhortation was not of deceit. They didn't lie, nor of uncleanness, nor of guile. They were telling the truth. But as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men. There wasn't no man pleasers, but the Most High, which triumph our hearts, triumph your minds, man. But neither at any time use we flattering words, as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness, desiring some things that they had. Most High is a witness. Say the Most High is a witness. Putting it before the Most High. Many men don't want to go before the Most High what they really believe in and deal with. He said, hey, Most High is a witness. Nor of men sought we glory. See no glory after no man. Neither of you, nor yet of others. When we might have been burdensome, really dealing with, problems or whatever, as the apostles of a Mashiach Yahushua. But we were gentle among you, even as a nurse cherishes her children. So being affectionately desirous of you, we were willing to have imparted unto you, not the gospel of the Most High, wa Mashiach Yahushua only, but also our own souls, because ye were dear unto us. He said, hey, everything we had, man, we poured into giving you not only the gospel of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, he said, but their own souls. That's what people don't realize how much it takes to be able to bring this out. And that's what he's saying. He said, because you're dear unto him, because you love the people. Well, you remember, brother, and he said, our labor and travail, our labor in catching hell, catching a lot of problems, man, going through tribulation, for laboring night and day, because we would not be chargeable unto any of you. We preached unto you the gospel of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua. Ye are witnesses, the Most High also, how holily and justly and unblameably we behaved ourselves among you that believe. See, and that's how we gotta be. No matter what, we gotta deal like that, because we are subject to this cruel, oppressive world that we in. That's not for us. You see, they know that we're not for their turn. And if you don't apply what it is that's necessary, you got to go through a lot. Go to Proverbs 1, the first chapter. We got to bring some balance in here. We look at all the things going to be going down. We got to have balance here. Proverbs 3, verse 1. My son, forget not my law. That the Most High wrote with his finger. We read Deuteronomy 9 and 10. Forget not my law, but let thy mind, which is your heart, keep my commandments. If you do this, say, for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. You see? For length of days, keep the commandments. That's why you look at people are really, I mean, it don't take much for people to be all uptight and out of pocket because they don't keep the laws of the Most High. When you keep the commandments, you think about this word, it's going to give you length of days and long life and peace. So they add to thee, it said. Proverbs 19:25. Proverbs 19:25. It says, smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that have understanding, and he will understand knowledge. See? Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that has understanding, and he will understand knowledge, which is the gathering of information that you can gather to be able to help them. Verse 23, the fear of the Most High tendeth to life. To be afraid, to be scared of the Most High tendeth to life. And he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. You hear that? That's why the Spirit gave me to go and teach the fear of the Most High. You know, to be afraid, to be scared of the Most High, and showing the Most High, because most people don't talk about the Most High. It's not in their conversation. As far as him alone, I'm just talking about what he's telling us. I'm talking about, like I said, the fear of the Most High tendeth to life. You know, that's him alone. 119, Psalms 119, 165. Let's see what that says. Psalms 119, 165. Great peace have they which love thy law. Great peace have they that love thy law, your law, Most High, and nothing shall offend them. You see that? Great peace have those that love the Most High's law. You can't love the Most High and don't do what he say do. Make that make sense to me. Help me out, y'all. Look, great peace have they which love thy law. Love your law, Most High, that you wrote with your finger. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. If you want to learn the sacrificial laws, you can go over those too. And nothing shall offend them, you see. Because he told you in Ecclesiasticus 2 and 4. Are you following this spiritually? Or no? Are you all in your feelings and emotions and all that stuff? Man, you said what? Or you excluding the Most High and whatever's happened to you, right? That's what it is. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. What did it say? What did he say? Psalm 119, 165. Great peace have they which love thy law. Love your law, Most High. And nothing shall offend them. Because you operate in the spirit, what it say, Ecclesiasticus 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And be patient, which deal with time when thou art changed to a lower state. So he told you. Can you do that? You spiritual enough to do that? You gotta look at it. So I said we gotta bring some balance here. Proverbs 3 and 8. Proverbs 3 and 8. You want good health. You want to be all right. Proverbs 3 and 8. Just gotta go through it, John. Proverbs 3 and 8. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Verse 7. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Most High. Hear that? Don't be thinking you all that in your own eyes. We know a part and prophesying part. Ain't nobody know it all. No one. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Most High and depart from evil. And that's how you get understanding. That what understanding is, to depart from evil. You fear the Most High and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, to your body, man, and marrow to thy bones. He say, y'all better hear what he's saying. Proverbs 10:27. You want to live a long time? Proverbs 10 and 27. The fear of the Most High. There it is again, y'all. Be afraid to be scared of the Most High. Prolongeth days. Because you're going to think about what you're doing before you do it and put him in your mind. But if you're in your mind, you do whatever you want to do. All I got to do is just, different than what it was when we was sacrificing animals. A lot of y'all still believe that all you do is tell them, I shall say, go to the Most High, I repent. Okay, just repent, but you keep doing something over and over and over again. No, that don't work. And hey, welcome everyone. Shalom. Like, share, and subscribe to the channels. Hit the notification bell for me so you be notified when I be on. You see that? Proverbs 10:27 again. The fear of the Most High prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. Remember, the devil know he got a short time coming out much wrath. He say the years of the wicked shall be shortened. And because he know, hey, like we read in Job, the 20th chapter, it's going to be like he never existed. They tell you that. Look, this their mindset. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Go there. This their mindset. What it say? But the years of the wicked shall be shortened, right? This their mindset. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. So all the things that we need to know is right here in the Bible, but everybody don't desire the same, to know much. So you only have whatever you have. Hopefully it's enough that you have enough to be able to make it to the kingdom for whatever little you know. This is what they're going to say when salvation is coming to the Israelites on this earth. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. They say, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, while Mashiach, we have not known it. Look what it say. What has pride profited us? Or what good has riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hastens by, and as a ship that passes over the waves, the ship going over the waves or the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. Once that ship go through the water, it's like it never went in the water. That's what they're comparing their life to. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, a part of the air, which immediately cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. That arrow shot, you don't know where that arrow came through the air. That's what it says. Even so, we in like matter, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. That's what they're going to be saying, y'all. But a hope of the unrighteous is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin frost. that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passes away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Somebody came to visit you for one day. That's how they remember it's going to be on this earth. But the righteous live forever more. Their reward also is with the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai, and the care of them is with the Most High. You hear that? Read it again. But the righteous live forevermore. Only way to be righteous is to keep the commandments of the Most High. Deuteronomy 6:25 defines righteousness. It says, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom. We got next forever and ever and ever, the 12 tribes of Israel, that remnant, and a beautiful crown from the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai the hand. For with his right hand, or Mashiach Yahushai, shall he cover them, and with his arms shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, protection, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Hear that? He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of an helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield, protection. Holiness is keeping the laws of the Most High shield. His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, coming from the air, from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. You already got their mark, they're going to hit. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow. And the water of the sea shall rage against them. Even he going to have the sea raise up against them. And floods shall cruelly drown them. You hear that? Yeah, a mighty wind like a tornado or hurricane shall stand up against them. And like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealings shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Then you know, Satan cast off Satan. This is how his kingdom gonna stand. He gonna use them to cast each other off, as you see it happening right now. All praise to the Most High for everything. He's worthy to be praised for everything. Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. And the knowledge of the holy is understanding. See, knowledge of the holy, which is Romans 7 and 12, was holy. Let's find out. Romans 7 and 12, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. So it says in Proverbs 9 and 10, the fear of the Most High, to be afraid, to be scared of the Most High, is the beginning of wisdom. And the knowledge of the holy, the knowledge of the commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High, is understanding. For by me thy days shall be multiplied. Hear that? By the Most High shall our days be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If you keep the commandments of the Most High, we read in Proverbs 3, 1 and 2. Come on. It all go together, y'all. You want prosperity. Joshua 1 and 8. You want to be prosperous. Because you know all prosperity is not everything. That's everybody does have money and so, but I don't mean that it's good. It's good. I mean, just their consolation right now, y'all. This is it. Sad to say, but a lot of people, this is all they have. Right here. That's why they don't want to come into the truth. They know they wicked. They know that they not going to really try to come and learn of the Most High. So therefore, this is all they have to go by. Right here. Joshua 1 and 8. Why I tell you, them Jordans, they're going to fall by the sword. Say, what else can they do? Joshua 1 and 8. They said, hey, Let them not kill them outside, crucify them, but let his blood be on us and on our children. They're the children of those that crucified them outside to this day. Why they can't come back to him? That curse was put upon them. That vow was put upon them. They're the same children. But look what's prosperous. Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law that the Most High wrote with his finger shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. Because you do this, say, but then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. See, all success is not good success. But if you meditate on these laws and do the Most High's laws and commandments, you're going to have good success in his eyes. That's what's good. You want wisdom? First Kings, give me an example of wisdom in First Kings 3 and 9. First Kings 3 and 9. Remember, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. It says, give therefore, First Kings 3 and 9. It says, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this, thy so great a people? You hear that? And the speech pleased the Most High that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said it to him. He just wanted the wisdom to be able to judge we the Israelites, man. The Most High said it to him. Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither have asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment over the children of Israel. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart. The heart is the mind, the way he would think, so King Solomon would think. So that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast it say, and I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. Is something wrong with the sound? Can I get a Khan or La'a? Something wrong with the sound? The sound okay? Okay. All right. The water. It says, and if thou wilt walk in my ways, verse 14. If thou wilt walk in my ways and keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants. Okay. And then he started to be able to bring forth his wisdom that the Most High had told him he was going to give him. That's wisdom. Keep the Most High's laws. That's how you're going to get it. First Kings 12 and 21. You be righteous, keep his laws, statutes, commandments. They're going to make sure you have enough and be happy. First Kings 12. But some people are not content. They're not satisfied with anything. No matter what they have, they still not going to be satisfied. First Kings 12 and 21. Some people love to be miserable. And when Rehoboam, I was talking about him earlier, was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin. and 180,000 chosen men. 104 score, a score is 20, so that's 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. So the kingdom was split because when you read um, in First Kings 11th chapter, King Solomon, he had 1,000 women, and he went in to these other nations, these strange women's um, gods and so forth, and worship and set up, shrines and different worship and temples to go in there and worship them. So the Most High split the kingdom after he died under his son Rehoboam, Rehoboam is with Benjamin and Levi, which is called primarily in the Old Testament the Southern Kingdom. And like I told you earlier about Jeroboam, he was over the northern tribes, you know, and so verse 22 said, but the word of the Most High came unto Shemaiah, the man of the Most High, saying, speak unto Rehoboam. This is King Solomon's son that took over because the Most High split the kingdom because King Solomon sinned against the Most High when the Most High told us we're not supposed to be dealing with these other nations, sons and daughters. They're not supposed to be marrying with their sons and daughters. And King Solomon did that. So the Most High split the kingdom after he died. And this is his son Rehoboam that's king now. And it says, verse 23, so the Most High sent Shemaiah, the man of the Most High, to speak to Rehoboam. It says, speaking to Rehoboam, verse 23, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, thus say the Most High, ye shall not go up. You got 180,000 men, warriors. He said, you shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. That's the northern tribes. Return every man to his house. Well, this thing is from me. They hearken therefore to the word of the Most High, and return to depart, according to the word of the Most High. Then Jeroboam built Shechem and Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart and his mind, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Most High at Jerusalem, if they go from northern Israel to Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their power, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah. See this jealousy thing between Jeroboam and Rehoboam? Jeroboam's over the northern tribes in northern Israel, and Rehoboam's over Judah, Benjamin, Levi, which is the southern tribes. That's when you see, a lot of times you see Israel, you see Judah. They're talking about the northern tribes and the southern tribes. These two cats with the first one over them. It says, if you let them go down to Jerusalem, they're going to follow even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah, and they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam, king of Judah. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves. Listen at this. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, hear your gods. How you think the Most High feel about this? That's why I say you got to read this Bible, and the Most High come first, then on Mashiach the other side, then us. He made 2 calves and said, behold, your gods. O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin. But our people went to worship before one, even unto Dan. To worship before these gods, man. You gotta understand how, man. How you think that made the Most High feel? He did all them 10 plagues on the Egyptians to get them a name. He opened up the Red Sea. You gotta understand, We know all this. It ain't something that we have to learn from scratch. I mean, we were being taught this as Israelites. We knew our story. We'd have to look at it like us. We got to look at his story and divide take all the dang on bones out here and get the meat and all this stuff, man, to come back to understand what we trying to understand now. They knew. Come on. Solomon's one of the wise, we just read about King Solomon. He's one of the wisest king ever to live, man. Look, verse 31. And he made a house of high places and made priests of the lowest of the people. Hear that? Priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi. The lowest of the people. You're going to be the priest. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month. Has nothing to do with the Most High's feast, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. Hear this? Sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised in his own heart, his own mind, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar and burnt incense. It's cold-blooded, man. When you think about all that the Most High, look, what the Most High talked to us, man. We chat to him, man. Wow. Go to 2nd Ezra, the 1st chapter, verse 5. We'll read verse 4. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Go thy way, and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. But they have forgotten me, and have offered unto strange gods. And we just read about it. Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt? He made 2 calves, talking about this who brought him out of Egypt, brought us out of Egypt. From the house of bondage, slavery, under the Egyptians. But they have provoked me unto wrath, and despised my counsels. Pull thou up then the hair of thy head. You know, this is serious, man. Who said for Ezra to shave his head off, shave his hair off his head, he said. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them. But they have not been obedient unto my law. You hear that, preachers? But it is a rebellious people. How long shall I forbear them, unto whom I have done so much good? Man. Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants, and all his power have I smitten down. All the nations have I destroyed before them. And in the east I have scattered the people of 2 provinces, even of Tyrus and Sidon, and have slain all their enemies, killed everybody that was against us, that was our enemies. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus say the Most High, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader, and Aaron for a priest. I gave you light and a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you, not no calves. Yet have you forgotten me, said the Most High. Thus said the Almighty Power. The quails were as a token for you, was crying and complaining and murmuring in the wilderness. We ain't got no meat, we ain't got nothing to eat. So he gave us so much quail, the whole ground, you couldn't even see the ground, it was full of quails. And he killed all the ones that was fat. All the ones that had to eat a lot, he killed them first. Thus said the Almighty power. The quails were as a token for you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, you murmured there, always complaining, and triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies. But ever to this day do ye yet murmur, offending the Most High. Where are the benefits that I have done for you? When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. Then had I pity upon your mournings. So I'm telling them, I have pity on us, y'all. When he cried, we cried to him and gave you manna to eat. So ye did eat angels' bread. When you were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock and waters flowed out to your field? For the heat, I covered you with the leaves of the trees. I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the parasites, the Philistines before you. What shall I yet do more for you? Said the Most High. Thus said the Almighty power. When you were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being athirst and blaspheme my name, I gave you not fire for your blasphemies, but cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet. Come on, man. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah would not obey me. I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also. When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you. Whensoever you shall call upon me, I will not hear you. But ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter. Ye have not, as it were, forsaken me, but your own selves, said the Most High. This is what we done. You heard what he said. I heard him clearly. We make the wicked strong and prosperous. Psalm 73 and 3. Psalm 73 and 3. Psalm 73 and 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Verse 12. Behold, these are the unrighteous who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. These are the unrighteous who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. It's cold. Psalm 34. Psalm 34 and 9. O fear the Most High, ye his saints, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. But there is no want to them that fear him. That's why it's so important you see this, y'all. The fear of the Most High. You be afraid to be scared of him. You do what he say do. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger. But they that seek the Most High shall not want any good thing. You seek the Most High, you ain't gonna want any good thing. Gonna take care of you, man. Verse 1. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Praise ye the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. Can y'all say it? Can anybody say it with me? Praise ye the Most High. Can y'all say it with me? Praise ye the Most High. People don't say the praise the Most High. Y'all don't know what y'all thinking. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. What about you? This is what it say. Who the saints? Psalm 148:14. Psalm 148:14. What does it say? He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people, the praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? Even of the children of Israel, who are we a people near unto him. What it say? Praise ye the Most High. Psalms 149:1. Praise ye the Most High. Y'all can't say it? You hear that? Praise ye the Most High. Sing unto the Most High a new song. And there's praise in the congregation of saints. Like I'm saying, praise ye the Most High. And I know all praises. People don't understand. Psalms 148:1. Praise ye the Most High. Praise the Most High from the heavens. Praise him in the heights. Praise ye him, all his angels. Praise ye him, all his hosts. Praise ye him, sun and moon. Praise him, all ye stars of light. Praise him, ye heavens of the heavens, and ye waters that be above the heavens. Let them praise the name of the Most High. For he commanded, and they were created. You understand? He have also established them forever and ever. He hath made a decree which shall not pass. Praise ye the Most High. Can y'all praise him? Praise ye the Most High. From the earth, ye dragons, in all deeps. Everything gonna praise the Most High. Everything gonna praise the Most High. But understand, overstand, y'all. Verse 12, both young men and maidens, old men and children, let them praise the name of the Most High. For his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. Psalms 147:19-20. He showed up his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel, to us. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. What does it say? Praise ye the Most High. Praise the Most High, y'all. Can't praise him enough. Psalms 20. Psalms 20. And 35 and 36. Y'all want to avoid the wrath? Y'all better understand, man. Shoot. No, that's not it. That's not what I want. I love it. It's a lot here. Look at Psalm 35. Psalm 35. Plead my cause, O Most High, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, my protection, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded, confused, and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Most High chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Most High persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, Don't know where it's coming from. And let his net that he have hid catch himself. And to that very destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in Bashama Mashakosai. All praise to the Most High. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Most High, who is like unto thee, which delivereth the poor from him that is too strong for him. Yeah, the poor and the needy, from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourned for his mother. But in mine adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yeah, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers and feasts, they gnashed upon me with their teeth. O Most High, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Praise thee the Most High. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me. Neither let them wink with their eye that hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yeah, they open their mouths wide against me and say, aha, aha, or I have seen it. This thou hast seen, O Most High. Keep not silence, O Most High. Be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my power. Judge me, O Most High, my power, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, we have swallowed them up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at mine heart hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yeah, let them say continually, let the Most High be magnified. Let them say continually, let the Most High be magnified. Let them say continually, let the Most High be magnified, which has pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of the righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Praise ye the Most High. Can y'all say it with me? Praise ye the Most High. Forever and ever and ever. For real, for real. Jeremiah 12 and 16. Jeremiah 12 and 16. This to all you other nations that are not of the 12 tribes of Israel. Jeremiah 12, 16. And it shall come to pass, and we in that time right now, if they, you other nations, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar, and it shall come to pass, if they, all you that's not of those 12 tribes, will diligently learn the ways of my people. And we define the both sides people in Matthew 2 and 6, the children of Israel. So you other nations supposed to learn the ways that I'm teaching and that we're teaching as the Israelites. Diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather, his name changed to Israel, becoming the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, those 12 tribes I just named. The Most High liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, straight up, until this day, because I got to show you. Because some of you might be new, you might not ever seen it, you might not ever know. But you're going to know now. This from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, or any dictionary, it don't matter what dictionary you go to, Blue Letter, whatever. I got the new Unger's Bible Dictionary. Same thing. It's always say the same thing. BAAL. See that? BAAL. See what it means? LORD. That's what it means, y'all. MASTERHUSBAND. They got us all twisted. It say, as they taught my people to swear by BAAL. That's their God. That's their idol. And they put it in the Bible as LORD. So you still calling on BAAL when you saying LORD. You got to hear this. Then shall they be built in the midst of my people. Then you're going to be built in the midst of the Most High's people, the children of Israel. But if they will not obey, what? Obey what? Diligently learning the ways of my people. And what we're teaching according to this Bible. But if they will not obey, you don't want to diligently learn the ways that we're teaching, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation. That's what he's telling you. You don't want to diligently learn the ways of my people or the Most High's people. We, the children of Israel, as we're teaching this Bible and what it's talking about. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, said the Most High. So it says, you want to be built in the midst of the Most High's people? You got to learn the ways of the Most High's people, what we're teaching. Or, once again, some of you might not have ever heard it. You're going to hear it again till you memorize it yourself. Isaiah 60 and 12. What did he say? For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Letting you know. You don't want to serve and learn the ways of the Most High. People say you're going to be utterly wasted. We're telling you that. That's a choice you have. Hopefully you make the right choice, because it's going to be a remnant of all the nations that's going to be able to be amongst us. You know, that's what it says. Like verse 11 said what? Therefore thy gates, just in the kingdom, shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. Why? That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, these other nations, and that their kings may be brought. Look what he say, verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. He said, for in my wrath I smote thee. The thee is the 12 tribes of Israel. Talking about that remnant that's going to be redeemed. But in my favor have I had mercy on thee, right? So go to Isaiah, who we have mercy on. Isaiah 14 and 1. In his favor, he had mercy on us. Mercy is not getting something you do deserve to get. Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Most High will have mercy on Jacob. See? And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers, the same strangers we're talking about, that got to learn, diligently learn the ways that we're teaching. And the strangers, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to be cleaving to us. Zechariah 8:23. Man, y'all better understand. That's why I said it's very important to know what this Bible's talking about. Zechariah 8:23. Well, let's read verse 22. Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High, power of hosts, power of army of angels in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Most High. Thus said the Most High, power of hosts. It was the Most High sin. Power of angels, army of angels. What did he say? In those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations. These other nations outside the 12 tribes of Israel, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. They're going to be holding our fringes, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Come on. Break that down. Going back to Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Like I say, 10 men going to take hold of the skirt of one man, one Israelite man. And the people shall take them. We're going to take these strangers, these other nations, that remnant of them that's going to be redeemed went into our kingdom, to, like you say, to bring the forces of the Gentiles to our gates. They can't go in the gates, but they're going to bring all the forces, like we the new IRS, Israelites receiving services, internal revenue is going to be the Israelites receiving services. How long? Forever and ever and ever. And the people shall take them. We're going to take these other nations that's joined, to learning the ways of the Israelites and bring them to their place where they're going to be at. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Remember, ain't gonna be no more crying no more pain, no more suffering at all. And from thy fear, ain't gonna have to be afraid of this wicked world that we live in anymore. And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, this hard bondage that we made to serve, until this day, that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hast thou oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased, America. The Most High have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter, the powers of authority of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. You can't say that this ain't them. Come on, I bet you people can relate now, especially people that was depending on their food stamps to eat. What it say? He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest when they're taken out of power. And it's quiet. They break forth in singing. Yeah, even the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down out of power, no fella is come up against us. See? So this is what you're looking at. Straight up. What you gotta say about that? Make that mean something different. Oh, that's right. It already happened, right? Y'all gonna come up with something ignorant. What about this? Daniel 7:18. What about this one? Daniel 7:18. We define the saints as the children of Israel in Psalms 148:14, right? So it says, Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom. How long? Forever, even forever and ever. I like this. Daniel 2:44. Daniel 2:44. And in the days of these kings shall Most High of heaven, power of heaven, set up a kingdom. We just read about, which shall never be destroyed, And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. You hear that? We'll read it again for you. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High power of heaven, the kings that set up on this earth right now, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. It's going to stand forever. Yeah. That's why I say Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom. How long? Forever, even forever and ever. We got next forever and ever and ever. That's what we're working toward, to be in this righteous kingdom. Verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. That's all I got to say. Thank you all for joining me, and we're going to continue on this voyage to know what we got to do in every way, shape, or form to make it to this kingdom. We got next forever and ever and ever. And with that, I say shalom. I say kwam abanawa Yahweh. Kwam Mashiach Yahushai and Kwam Yasharala. And I'm out. Shalom. The water for joining me.